Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to continue our series on working our way through the Creative Memories 110 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketchbook. We are moving forward. This is our ninth video, and we're going back towards the front of the book again, and we are on page 10. Okay, page 10 for our sketch today. We're going to do this one right here. It's pretty straightforward sketch. I love it because I love all the linear lines. It's kind of almost a grid. I love that. What I like most about this sketch is the photo mats. There's a piece of patterned paper as the background, and then the rest of it is all based on the photo mats. Lots of layers are being added to this layout just by using the photo mats behind each photo or journaling spot. So you'll see here in the colorful photo how they used photo mats behind each one, and that really gives it a lot of pizzazz. And then I am going to create this into a double page spread. Let me go ahead and put the sketch up here on the screen for you so we could take a better look at it. Basically 4 areas for photos, so you can either do 4 photos or you can put in like they did. They use the matte pack cards as more decoration in this page, but I am going to add more photos to mine. Now let's look at this a little bit more detail. I wanted to point out so you could obviously see where the photos are going to go on this. I'm going to probably keep it very close to that. On this first page I'm going to have 3 photos, and then on the other page I will have 4 photos, so I'll get a total of 7 on my page. Okay, so I'll be using the 2 horizontal photos like we see here in the sketch, and I'll be putting a vertical one down in the left-hand corner where that sketch says title, and then I will put a mat up in the top left-hand corner. Okay, so let's look at where it says A and it shows an arrow. That's where our decoration is going to go. That's going to be a piece of paper will be our base there. Okay, A and B, they both have a piece of like a strip of paper on the bottom, and then they're built up with more strips according to however we want to do it at that point. So more strips, more decorations, and so on. Okay, so when I'm talking about the top and the bottom, that's what I'm going to be referring to. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our book aside and see what we're going to be using today. So I am breaking out my brand new collection. I could not wait to use this collection. This is the brand new Showtime. So if you haven't seen this yet, it's gorgeous paper and it has so many uses. I just keep coming up with more and more uses for this paper pack. If you want to see each paper in this, I'm not going to show it today, but if you want to pop on over to my TikTok, I'll put the link below and I'll show you. You can go see each paper in this pack in less than 1 minute. So I'll put that down there if you're interested in seeing all the papers a little bit more up close. I am going to use it today to scrapbook my nephew's graduation from high school. So there are some photos in here I will not be able to show, but like this one, there's no harm in showing that. But then I also wanted to point out that I did not get the matte pack for this collection, but what I did get was I got the digital artwork collection. I don't buy the digital artwork for every collection, but this collection I'm really drawn to this collection. I'm not really sure why. So I bought the digital artwork, and I'm going to be able to show you some of those today. And here's some of the mats that I cut out while I was getting ready for today's video. Okay, so they print out very nicely. These were actually just printed straight from the file that was sent from Creative Memories to my printer, and then this was printed from the Creative Memories file to my Cricut. So it's very fun and very nice. And like I said, I don't do that for all the collections, but I do it. I did do it for this one. And I'll show you some of the differences in the printing compared to the embellishment pack and sticker pack. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this layout. Okay, so what is it that we need? If you want to follow along, we need to have a background page, and we're going to make a double page spread, so we need to have 2. Then we also need some paper for matting our photos or cards from the mat pack. Okay, we'll probably need 2 to 3 other papers from the collection to use for matting. Okay, so if you want to follow along, then go ahead and gather your supplies. So what I've decided here for my background is I'm going to use this cute green, let's scoot it over so you can see, green balloon paper for the left side and the golden star paper for the right side. Now, this is kind of a trend right now in scrapbooking, is to use 2 different pieces of pattern paper. You know, we used to use the same paper on both sides, but I just think, you know, that would be a little bit too much and not really what I was going for. I want to, you know, pull out his school colors. So. Okay, I had to pause the video there for a minute and try and take off that glare that was down here in this corner, the left-hand corner, so that you wouldn't have to stare at that the whole time. Okay, so here's our background pages, and I'm going to follow the sketch pretty closely on this side. Okay, so I will have a photo down here of his entire class. I will have a picture right there of us with my husband and I with my nephew, and then this picture I can't show you. So on the left-hand side, I have the actual graduation ceremony. On this side, I'm going to have us out to dinner and eating. Okay, so these 2 photos I can't show. Other family members, but this bottom one, you can't really see everybody's faces, so I think we're okay. And then this little picture will come off to the side like that. Okay, so my idea here is to just keep these all in a straight row. Now, I tend to do that quite often when I'm making a corresponding double page. I tend to take a lot of photos in the horizontal format. I don't know why. I think I'm getting much better at learning to turn my camera so that, or maybe take 2 pictures so I have a choice. But I kind of like that configuration, and it gives you a lot of room to play around. So if I want, you know, you can trim your photos and have a space in between each of the photos, or you can leave them whole and scoot them right up next to each other. You can trim them and put a mat around each one. So there's a lot of possibilities doing that, and I kind of like it. It just kind of flows into the next page. And then, like I said, this little photo will be over here. Now, my 4x6s, I am going to leave whole, and I'm just going to let them butt right up to each other and touch each other in this layout. And then this little one will just kind of hang off to the side or overlap the photos, something like that. Let's get going over here on our mats for this page, and this is where I'm going to bring in some of the mats from the mat pack that I printed from the digital art kit. And I like the gold from this side, so I'm going to bring in 2 mats that I printed to put right here, one underneath that. Now, the thing about printing them is you can make them any size that you want, but I did print them before laying this page out, so this one I will have to trim the photo just a little bit to fit there, but it has some room, so we're okay. So I'm going to have the gold here and the gold here that kind of flows right into the gold on the next page. Okay, up here, just like in the sketch, I'm going to put a photo mat up here. I like that. It's kind of, this is kind of dark photos and started off in the daytime but ended up in the night. So I think having these darker, rich colors really are going to accent the evening. Let me show you some other ones that I printed. I am going to use this one right here that says "You Are a Star" on the other page, so I could bring my mats in over here as well. But here's some other ones that printed off so that you can see. These printed, 2 of them attached together, and I just trimmed them down. So very nice for journaling. Now, my nephew was in drama and band in high school, so some of these are very appropriate for his life then. Okay, now for matting the rest of them. These will not have a mat. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back in the other piece of this balloon paper, and we'll trim about 1 inch and tuck it underneath each side. But for this picture right here, I thought I would use this. It almost looks like red velvet. So I'm going to use that to make a mat for this picture down here. So let me go ahead and get my 12-inch trimmer. Actually, I might be trimming this photo down a little bit. I'm going to trim this one down ever so slightly because I really want to try and focus in on the graduating class. I don't need so much of all this. Let's see, let's do this. And then we'll make it about a 3-inch photo. And then I think I will leave the length though. Okay. Okay, that changes things around, doesn't it? We said it was 3 inches, so let's see if we like 3 1/4. Yeah, let's try 3 1/4. Okay. Just got this new paper kit in the mail, and I just absolutely love this. I'm hoping that you guys are loving this new paper pack as much as I do. I think it's great for graduation, as you can see, but also for milestone birthdays, Mardi Gras, what else? Vegas, casino nights. There's just so many uses. I have a couple other layouts that I want to do as well coming up using the same pack. So okay, so let's really quickly, while we have this out, let's go ahead and give ourselves about 1 inch for the mats on this side, for the photos over here, and I think I want it about 1 inch just so I can play with it. Okay, this is striped, so I think we're okay by just cutting 1 whole inch off. Sometimes when I'm trimming, I like to do my paper on this side when it's 1 inch to 1.5 inches, so I have more area to hold the paper steady on with my left hand. Okay, my paper looks like it's starting to get a little bit of feathering right there, so I might have to change my mat around soon. Yeah, it's looking like it might need to be changed. So the idea with this is I didn't want to use a whole piece of paper to a whole like 6.5 inches, so I'm going to make a fake border coming out here, but I did want to bring the green balloon paper from the other side. But once my pictures are on here and this is tucked underneath, it'll look like I have a whole strip of green paper going behind it. But this way I can conserve a little bit of my paper for another project. Okay, so it's going to do something like that. Move this out of the way so we can see. Then I have room for that card there, which I might still be trimming down a little bit. I like the card because it has the gold, the red, and the green that we're trying to bring in, and some black, which I have black over here as well. Okay, so there, that's going to look something like that. I did want a little space here to start the transition to the next page. So I'm liking that. Let's put this over here. This little one, I am going to mat on red, this red velvet. I'm going to have to cut another piece. Probably should have measured that up before. Do you ever do that? You trim the photo to use your scrap. Let's see. Yep, I can do that. I think I'm going to make this into a 3x3 square. I'm back. I just wanted to do that off screen because of the fact that I don't want to show the faces. And we're back over here, making it 3 1/4. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. It'll look something like that, and it'll hang off that way. I have the maroon on each side. We are moving right along. So let's talk about the little strips of paper, where I was showing you the A and the B earlier. I think what I'm going to do for that is bring in this black and gray stripes with black and gray dots. Very, very beautiful piece of paper. And I think that I'm going to use it like down here and up here for those two spots. I think I'm going to do 1.5 inches just to give myself some room. I can always make it smaller later if I think it's too big. So I'm going to do 1.5 inches, and then I'm going to do a 6-inch piece for each one. Okay, let's put that aside, and it's going to go down something like this. I kind of want a piece for over here as well. Bring this back in one more time. I'm going to flip my mat around because that feathering is really starting to bother me. Okay, so we're going to do another 1.5 inches. The edge of the trimmer here is 1.5 inches, so that makes it very easy to line up. Okay, oops, pull that. Nope, we are not done with the trimmer yet because I do want to, a little piece, let's see how many inches that is. I don't need the 6 inches this time, so I am going to do 5.5 is right to the edge of the trimmer. That's where my mark is, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a 5.5 inch piece over here. Now I can already say I'm probably going to make that one 1 inch because it's a little bit more chunky than I want it to be, but let's see. We'll still see here. Okay. Yep, I'm going to trim it down just a tad. Okay, there we go. Now, we're still working on our strips. Up here at the top, they have like another strip or a border strip going across there. Now I'll show you the border stickers that came with the set, and there wasn't a lot that I wanted to use on this particular layout. Very, very cute ones, but not what I wanted to use for this layout. So what I decided to put here is I'm going to punch out the photography chain border from the border making system. So I'm going to bring back in this red velvet, or this mauve. I like this deep burgundy. Here is our camera. So let's slide back in our second page so we can see it. And so my idea is to pop it up right on there. Now that I've done this, I think it's a little too dark. So I think go into my stash and get just a piece of maroon paper. I'll be right back. Okay, so I went into my stash and I cut just a random piece of maroon paper that would fit nicely there. And you see how that pops out now. I really wanted to use this because I thought it would match the paper so nicely, but it really is just too dark. And even the other side, I tried to look at that and I just felt like that was really dark. So another thing that I want to do with this camera punch is I want to make it thicker so it kind of almost pops up a little bit. So I'm going to bring back in my border making system and explain to you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take a piece of scrap black paper and I'm going to punch out and back it behind these to give it a little bit of depth and a little bit of height without, using foam or some other kind of adhesive behind there. I'm just cutting kind of crooked with this tonight, aren't I? Okay, so my idea here is to just back it behind like that. Okay, so I'm just going to snip it, and then same thing, I'm just going to back this one behind that. And the only reason I'm doing this is to give it a little bit of thickness behind it. Okay, so I'm going to get my repositional some repositional on there. You can also use a little bit of wet glue if you have that. Gives you a little bit of wiggle room while you're trying to put everything on. Okay, and we'll do it again. So you won't see the black on here, but it's just going to give it a little height and dimension. Okay, so it's going to just pop up like that, and that's going to be what I use for my top embellishment up there. Okay, instead of using a border sticker from this collection. I love that. I love cameras on pretty much anything. Okay, let's bring back in this second piece. Now down here, our second strip, what are we going to do? We are going to bring back in this green paper again, but this time we're going to turn it over. And I know I'm going to have stripes on stripes, but that's okay. I think I'll turn it this way. And I like what they did in our sample, where they had one strip kind of going on the bottom and then one going over the top of the first one. So let's give that a try. It looks like it's about a 1/2 inch cut, so let's try that and see if we like it. Okay, well, I only got 2 off of that because it is kind of small. So I didn't think about that. Let me trim off a little bit of the white. Okay, and then now let's do a 1/2 inch, which will put us right at the end of the white again. So let's see if we like this. We might not like this, right? Yeah, it's going to go something like that across the whole area, and then I'm going to trim it and lift the second piece up on a little bit of foam. Okay, so let's trim that. This will get adhered on top of here, and then we will put a little bit of foam on top of this one, and I am going to trim this one a little bit as well. It'll look something like that. Okay, not 100% sure I like that, but I'm going to go with it for right now. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, so let's take a moment to quickly look at some of the embellishments that I cut out from the digital artwork, just to kind of give you a little bit of perspective. So I did a camera, I did a firework, and then I did a smaller firework. So I did a 3-inch, and then this is about 2 inches. Okay, I did some stars, and I did a green firework, and then I did some balloons. Now let me show you what came with the kit. So this came with the embellishment pack from Creative Memories, not cut on my Cricut. So you'll see the green. Now the white area around here I actually inserted with my Cricut. So when I put these side by side, I think, oh, I probably have to make the white a little bit thinner, which you can do on the Cricut. So I like that. Now here's the camera. Let me move those. Here's the camera that came. It's very tiny, and it has some more color on it than the one that you can cut on the Cricut. Okay. The balloons is in a different pack than what I got. Now here's the stars. Now on the screen, you probably can't see much of a difference. In person, I think the one that came with the collection is much more bright, vibrant, but that's probably just the ink in my print. So depending on the ink in your printer, you might get a bit of better printout, but I think it's pretty close. And then on this one, I have a little bit of cut marks from the Cricut, which I don't know if you can see or not, and that's just the way I designed the white space behind it when I put it into the memory of the Cricut. So that's what I printed, and I just wanted to take a moment to show you because I think it's pretty good value for your money if you want to reuse this collection. And I love this collection, like I've been saying, and it has so many uses. I thought, oh, I'm going to need more embellishments to go with it. So that's why I bought this pack, and it has a lot of camera, and I feel like this could be used for even Disneyland pages. In fact, look at this balloon that came with it. Tell me that doesn't scream Disney, right? So I think these colors can also be used for Disney. They're just such great icons that came with this. So anyway, that's that. Let me put this aside now. I put this back in the right place. I don't want to get them confused. Now I will be using this big one that I made up here for my embellishment cluster up there. Okay, now down here, the reason I pulled all that out is because I'm thinking I'm going to use some stars down here. They don't have that in theirs, but I kind of like it. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm even going to keep the green stripes. I'm not really feeling that, but I do really like the stars here. Tell me what you guys think. Would you use the stripes and the stars, or just the stars alone? Okay, let's see. I'll keep it there for a minute and try to figure out what I'm going to do. I still need a title. Let me pull out the stickers and show you. This is kind of funny because when you buy these collections, they can be used for so many things, right? So this is his graduation, and so many of these, sure, I can say graduation right there and then be done with it, but I like to have my photos kind of speak for themselves, and I will do my journaling right over here, so it'll also say what's happening here in these photos as well. But let's look at the stickers. So there's one that says like take a bow. Now, of course, these are for shows and stuff, right? It's called Showtime. But why not? Why can't a senior graduating take a bow? So many memories. That's perfect. In the spotlight. Yep, he was in the spotlight that night, right? Take the stage. Of course, that he was in drama, so that would actually be pretty good for him too. But you know, take the stage on your graduation day. Picture time. Let's celebrate. The star of the show, bravo. See, there's a lot of different stickers that could be used for this one. But I think what I'm going to use is I'm going to use take the stage. I want to bring in some more of that burgundy. Okay, so I do like that. Let's see here. I'm going to put it up on a little bit of foam tape so we can kind of move it around. Okay, so it's going to go right there on top of my fireworks. Then I did want to bring in some kind of graduation embellishment, so I went through my stash and I found a little graduation cap. So I'll probably put that right in like that, somewhere up there, probably hanging over the fireworks and then our title. I also found this cute little tag that says graduation party. So I thought, well, that would be perfect right over here. It's a little bit gold, so it does match. It looks different colors here, but it is gold. So it kind of does match our gold paper very well. Now up here, what I would like to do up there is I had another card here, and I think what I want to do is fussy cut out where it says you are a star and then pop it up on top of foam tape on top of the other one. Okay, so a couple things here. Let's bring back in our personal trimmer because I do want to cut this down just a little bit. Let's see if you guys can see. It's a little bit large for my taste on that side, so I'm going to trim it down just a little bit. I'm just trying to focus in here on the making sure I keep as much of this because it has our maroon and our green. Same down here. I want that firework because it matches what I have over there, but I just want to give it a little bit of a trim. Okay, and I'll do, let me go ahead and cut out that word, this one really quick. I'm going to put you on fast forward while I cut out. Okay, so I am not the best fussy cutter, but I think it came out pretty good. So here's my idea, is to just pop that up. So basically it's there into different areas. Okay, let me go ahead and get a little bit of foam tape for this. Okay, so it's just going to give a little bit of height and dimension to that card over there. Take a moment here and get everything adhered down to the page so it stops moving around. And while I'm doing that, if you're enjoying this video, Would you mind pushing that like button? I'd really appreciate that. That helps spread my content to other scrapbookers like you and me who want to see my videos. Okay, so if you don't mind doing that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I have everything adhered down except for pictures that I don't want to show. Now over here I went ahead and adhered this down and just covered the one face. So and then some of the embellishments are not down yet. So what I decided here was I'm going to go with the stars right there. I love that. It brings in the yellow from the other side. Up here these are not adhered down yet, but I think I am going to commit to that. I like that. And then that gives me the room here to journal. Now the firework is adhered, but the other things aren't. And so I can journal right there. I did adhere this. Just really quickly, let's look through and see if there's anything else that we want to add to our layout here. So these are some of the embellishments that came with. Now some of these are just way too big for this layout. So, but just to kind of give you an idea, I love the film strip. Yeah, these are too big, but there are some, oh, here's more stars. Okay, so yeah. Oh, see, even prom, this would be great for prom. And it came with a bunch of titles and phrases that are awesome. Again, too big, and I don't need that for this. Now, I do like this ticket, actually, but I think I'm getting a lot of black here. Let's pull that one aside for a minute. Put it over there. I have the stars there, so I think that's good enough. I do like the camera. The balloons, I kind of liked my balloons I printed, but I think it's a little big. Let's see about this. And I already adhered that down. Let's put that one aside. These ones are too big. Popcorn for that movie night. You see a movie night? Another use for this. Champagne, red carpet, music notes. I think we're okay. Oh, I do like that one, or maybe the star. Okay, trying to keep the colors I've already chosen. And it did come with some gems. So we'll think about those as well. So let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, let's see here. Nope, I think green is too dark right there. Ooh, maybe some, this just, now that I've said it, it just looks like Mickey Mouse to me. I don't think I can use it. How about the star over here? I kind of like that over here somewhere like this, because we have a lot of stars going on. And actually, yeah, I do need some green over there, so I do like that. I'm not going to use that one. This one I like, VIP Emit 1, it says, but I think we're not going to use it. We'd have a lot of black. And how about the camera? Do I want the camera poking out? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to go with the stars down here. And, you know, sometimes less is more. So, yep, I love it. I love the stars here. So it kind of does bring stars in all the way around through my layout. And let's see, any gems? Okay, got those out of the package. So if I used any, I would want to consider the green, the gold, the black, or the maroon. I think I kind of want something over here. Let's see if, oh, they're popping off. Let's see, do we like that there? I kind of do like that there. Lay it down kind of gently there, which means I'm probably going to need something somewhere else. Let's see if we could stick with the bigger ones. The bigger ones are sometimes hard to use. So if I could, oh, too dark. Maybe it needs to be over here somewhere or up here. I think I liked it down here. Yeah, what do you think about that? Okay, let's see, any more? I feel like I should put one more somewhere so that we have 3. Do an odd number, right? Do I want another one here or here? I kind of like that. And then, or over here. Nope, not on the black. We don't like it on the black. So I think I'm going to do it like maybe right there or right here. I think I'm going to do it right there. And there we go, added a little bit more maroon up there, gave us our maroon over here. And I think that's it. I like it. I love this new collection. Tell me what you think. Did I pull it off as a graduation layout? I think the balloons are kind of fun for graduation. They could also be used for birthdays. Okay, so I think that's a wrap on sketch number 9 in walking our way through the Creative Memories 110 ideas and sketches. So I like it. I hope you did too. I hope I gave you some kind of inspiration. Until next time, if you want to catch up on this series, I'll have 2 more listed here at the end of the video. If you want to click on those, it'll take you right to those videos if you haven't seen them yet. Other than that, take care and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.